The Netherlands Prime Minister, as you see, just stepped out of his vehicle and is getting onto the red tape. Let's go there live.
Well, President Jacob Zuma, as well as the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mr. Mark Rutte, now arrived at the Union buildings and are coming out for the beginning of the official program here for the official visit of the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. As we look behind us now here at the Union buildings, they're just stepping out, both President Zuma and the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Mr. Mark Rutte. And this is the ceremonial part of the program, and we can expect to have the 19-gun salute, which will ring out across the capital in just a few moments. Of course, earlier I had mentioned that there was going to be this gun salute. It's not going to be a 21 gun salute because those are mainly kept for of visiting heads of state. So what is going to be happening now is President Zuma and Mr. Rutte coming down the red carpet, and they are now going to also inspect the ceremonial guard of honor that has been set up here ahead of the 19-gun salute. It is very, very important in terms of this visit for both countries, which share very cordial bilateral relations. As you can see, President Zuma and Mr. Rutte walking down from the stairs, coming down right to the front of the Union buildings here, where they will look out across the city and look out across the ceremonial guard which has been set up to welcome Mr. Rutte. These countries share very strong economic relations. The Netherlands is of particular interest to South Africa as a trade and investment partner. Now, trade between the countries has increased very consistently over the years from 27.1 billion rand, this is according to government statistics, in 2010 to 48.2 billion rand in 2014. So that's about a 77% increase in trade. And now, of course, the national anthems of both countries are about to ring out here in Pretoria. Standing by. Now, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mark Rutte, is now making his way down towards the southern part of the Union buildings, where he will inspect the Guard of Honor, which has been set up to mark the beginning of his official visit to South Africa. Now, of course, once all the ceremony and pomp is complete, they will then get back to the real business, and by business I mean quite literally, of the visit. The Netherlands enjoys very cordial and very strong economic ties to South Africa. I can give you some of those stats which are very, very crucial to this particular visit. Exports were valued at 14.2 billion rand in 2005, and they increased to 27 billion rand in 2008. That's close to 50%, 47.8% as we put it to you. And this is one of the key instruments that drives the bilateral relations between both countries. And this will be at the core of the discussions between the Prime Minister of the Netherlands and President Jacob Zuma and members of his cabinet, the economy at the center of this particular state visit. And now, once the both leaders have finished with the official ceremonial part of the state visit, then the officials will retreat behind closed doors, and they will then talk about how to further strengthen these political and economic ties. The Netherlands has invested about 40 projects in South Africa, and this, of course, direct foreign investment estimates to about 15.4 billion rand. That is what is at stake here, and South Africa will be keen to improve and increase on this particular investment to see how much further it can grow the economy and as well as strengthen ties with the Netherlands. Of course, we know that one of the key exports to the Netherlands would be from the agricultural sector, and this visit comes at a time when South Africa has been experiencing one of the worst droughts that it has seen in decades. So this will be key amongst some of the discussions behind closed doors to see how these bilateral relations can improve on exports. So I'm going to step out of shot a bit. We're about to now go to the end of the particular ceremonial part of the visit. Before we go to the talks bilaterals, the national anthem of South Africa will now ring out at the Union buildings here in Pretoria. This will be then marking the beginning of these bilaterals. So we are just moments away now from the national anthem of South Africa to be played by the band here. I will then stand down very briefly as we wait for the national anthem.
Slow, out, one, to the one, to the one, national salute.
Yes. Yes.
Out, one, to the one, to the one.
Right, now with the national anthem of South Africa having just been concluded here, we now see President Jacob Zuma and the Prime Minister of the Netherlands beating South Africa's senior government ministers who have been here to welcome the Prime Minister, Mr. Mark Rutte of the Netherlands, President Zuma there, introducing him, and of course they're exchanging pleasantries as we speak. This all forms part of the ceremonial part of the visit, the pomp and the ceremony following the national anthems. So these ministers, as well as the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, will have much to discuss in terms of strengthening these bilateral ties. Now, let me elaborate a bit about what I mean by these bilateral ties. According to the government, there are strong business components of the official visits, and of course the Deputy Minister of Transport will also have key negotiations with her counterparts in the business delegation from the Netherlands, because South Africa and the Netherlands enjoy very close aeronautical and space and technological as well as transport relations. Now, if we look at what would be discussed on the table according to the program, education is high up on the agenda. Of course, there's strong cooperation between Dutch and South African universities. They have historical ties which go back decades, well over 100 years, according to the government of South Africa. And then in agriculture, a statement of intent would have been signed between the Ministry of Economic Affairs of the Netherlands as well as the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development here in South Africa. So now President Jacob Zuma is now meeting the delegation from the Netherlands. As you can see, they're shaking hands, smiles all around, indicating, of course, the strong bilateral relations as well as the close bond and friendship enjoyed by both countries. If I can go back to the point of, in terms of agriculture, right. Now, this official state visit has, official visit has now also come at a time when there has been very unfortunate terror attacks which have struck in the Netherlands, and this is one of the reasons why in Paris, I beg your pardon, not in the Netherlands, in Paris in Europe, and this is one of the reasons why this visit has been cut short. It was initially intended to be a bit longer, but because of what happened in Paris, it will now be cut short to just 2 days. So with all intents and purposes, the meeting will make sure that they touch on all points. However, now as we look, both leaders are now going behind closed doors.
Move to the left and right, please. Left and right. Good. One. And ready.
Well, now this is marking the official end of the pomp and ceremony. As you can hear the band to my left, to the right of your screen, just off shot, now playing some music to mark what is now the second part of the program, where both leaders have now gone behind closed doors to go and kick off the official part of the visits, where they will be talking about bilaterals. And later on, we can expect a press conference, which we will be taking live here on SABC News, where the leaders from both countries will then detail exactly what was discussed and whether any agreements, part of those agreements that we already know about, have been reached. And with that, I'm throwing back to you in studio.
That's our reporter Tumole Mushlali at the Union Buildings as the South African-Dutch trade relations is taking place there. We'll take a break.